If you're not scaling, you're just surviving. And then insufficient processes, whether it's onboarding clients, tracking invoices, or managing projects. If every task feels like a new adventure, you've got a process problem. Okay. You're probably wasting more time than you think. Most entrepreneurs wait until they're overwhelmed to think about these systems, and that's not the right time to do it. But the truth is, your future growth depends on the structure you put in place today, right now. And these small steps, they prepare you for the big move when you're ready to make that leap to the next level. Because your brain is not the operations department. If everything lives in your head or sticky notes, things will slip or get lost or thrown away or forgotten, and you'll keep spinning your wheels. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited you're here. Today, we're diving into the areas where businesses get stuck and what you can do to move forward with clarity and confidence. This session is about information, not a pitch. Although I'll share more on how I can help you at the end of this presentation. So just bear with me. Okay. So first and foremost, let me let you know a little bit about myself. I started InEssence because I know how it feels to be overwhelmed, spinning your wheels and not seeing progress. Because I've been where so many business owners are, juggling many roles, unsure of what's working, and exhausted from doing it all alone, I created InEssence to be the partner I wish I had when I was starting out and growing my business with limited time, resources, and clarity. Helping entrepreneurs move from chaos to control, from stuck to strategic. Well, that's just not my work, it's my passion. So I'd like to cover what most businesses get stuck on. And there's two areas. There's marketing bottlenecks and there's operations systems bottlenecks. Most businesses hit a wall because of two main things: the lack of clarity in messaging and lack of structure in operations. So let's break down what causes these issues and what to consider when you face them. Let's start with marketing. Unclear brand message. This one's huge. If people can't quickly understand who you help, what you do, and why it matters, then they're just going to scroll past you, click away, or just forget. You might be brilliant at what you do, but if your messaging is vague and scattered, your marketing won't land. The next one is scattershot content. When you like randomly post things on social media, updating your website just because, without any clear plan behind it, or running promotions that don't align with your goals. There's activity going on, but not strategy. And activity without alignment leads to burnout and not business. And then there's the busy but not effective. Okay. You're showing up, maybe even consistently, but it's not translating to leads and revenue. That's because without a clear funnel, a focused message, and the right audience, all that work ends up just being noise. And then there's the business systems bottlenecks, the things that you're juggling all at once. Wearing all the hats is one. Been there, done that. This is classic. I'll just do it myself. So you're the CEO, the admin, the marketer, the bookkeeper, and the IT support all wrapped up into one. That's unsustainable. If you're not scaling, you're just surviving. And then insufficient processes, whether it's onboarding clients, tracking invoices, or managing projects. If every task feels like a new adventure, You've got a process problem. Okay. You're probably wasting more time than you think. And then the tech overload. There are amazing tools out there, but they're only good if they're the right fit for you. Okay. And used correctly. Okay. Too many people are juggling 5 apps that don't talk to each other, or worse, they don't even use. So you're paying for nothing. The goal is simplicity, not a tech jungle. So the shiny object syndrome, no, get off that. So this all sounds familiar. These are incredibly common challenges. Let's explore how you can address them with some practical insights. Let's check in with yourself. Okay. So if your marketing feels chaotic and isn't generating results, it might not be the platform, it might be the message. So you have to ask yourself these questions. Okay. If any of these questions you're nodding your head to, well, then that's something that you need to pay attention to. It means that, you have to look at what the bottom line causes. So if you say yes to any of these questions. So now we move on to some of the common problems and what you can do, what takeaways you can do from these. Marketing should be about creating connections, not confusion. But many business owners are stuck in what I call the noise zone. You're doing a lot, but your message isn't landing and it's not bringing in the right people, or maybe not any people. So the key takeaway is, for one, create a one-liner value statement. And why do you want to do this? Because if you can't explain your value in one sentence, neither can your audience. This one-liner becomes the foundation of your website headline, your social bio, your networking intros, everything. It ensures consistency and confidence in your message. For instance, I help who you help solve this problem, whatever their pain points are, so that they can get the results that they want. So that's the message that you want to make clear. Whatever you want to put in those little brackets, that's the message you want to get across to your audience. And that's what you need to work on. When this is dialed in, people will stop saying, well, that's nice. And they'll start saying, oh, I need that. And that's what you want to get to. The next key takeaway is to do an audit, 30 days of your content. And I know you're going, whoa, wait a minute. This is going to take me forever. But this is a incredibly useful exercise to do, and to do on a regular basis. Because what you want to do is improve. You can't improve what you don't evaluate, for first and foremost. If you don't evaluate yourself, you're not going to improve. Look at what you've posted recently: emails, email blasts, newsletters, Instagram, LinkedIn, blog posts, even your discovery calls with potential clients. Pay attention to what you're saying. Is my message consistent? Am I speaking to the same audience? Do these posts support what I'm selling now and not what I'm selling 6 months ago? Now, this audit helps you eliminate filler, okay, and double down on what actually works. It also shows you what you could repurpose or refresh, because things get stale after a while. You can't keep talking the same spiel, so it's really good for that. Taking these two actions, getting clear on your one-liner, tightening up your content, can immediately reduce the noise in your marketing. And more importantly, they can help your ideal client see that your solutions are what they've been looking for. So that's why you want to do that. Now, streamlining your business operations is the next important step, because if you don't have your processes and systems in place very tightly, you're going to find yourself constantly in a reactive mode, constantly juggling. And it's exhausting. You cannot sustain that. Okay, let's talk about your business behind the scenes. If you feel like you're stuck in a loop, repetitive tasks, dropping balls, or chasing details every day, chances are it's not you, it's your systems, right? Or lack of them. Okay, your system should support you and support your growth, not stress you out and drain your energy. So that's something that you really need to work on. So let's talk about those takeaways because better systems just don't save time. They protect your sanity and free you to focus on growing your business. So list the top 5 tasks you repeat weekly. And why do you want to do this? Well, because awareness is the first step to optimization. Most of us don't realize how much time we're spending on things that could be automated, streamlined, or delegated. And delegation is not a dirty word. A lot of people don't want to do that. This business is my baby. I understand it. But there's quite a few savvy virtual professionals out there who can understand your message, what you're trying to achieve, and collaborate and help you grow. So if it means offloading so you can network and get new business, that's what you want to do. This list gives you clarity. You may find that you're spending 10 hours a week on something a tool or a VA could do in 2 minutes. Okay, so once you see that, you can begin to take your time back. And then try simple project management tools. Fish around, search them. There's all kinds. And why do you want to do this? Because your brain is not the operations department. If everything lives in your head or sticky notes, things will slip or get lost or thrown away or forgotten. And you'll keep spinning your wheels. Tools like Trello and Asana and ClickUp help you offload that mental clutter and they give structure to your workflow, help you track progress and make delegation possible when the time comes, when it brings someone in. Now, the goal isn't to get fancy, it's to get functional. Okay. You don't need 15 tools. You just need one that fits your workflow and your style and makes your life easier. Okay. Most entrepreneurs wait until they're overwhelmed to think about these systems, and that's not the right time to do it. But the truth is, your future growth depends on the structure you put in place today, right now. And these small steps, they prepare you for the big move when you're ready to make that leap to the next level. So now we get to the self-assessment question, right? Let's get curious, not judgmental. This is about identifying your opportunities for improvement. This is where I want you to slow down for a moment, reflect, not just respond. We've talked about 2 major areas that most businesses get stuck in, marketing and systems. But now it's time to ask, what's holding you back? Not in theory, but in your day-to-day activities and life. And be honest with yourself. Is it clarity that you're finding yourself, struggling with? You're unsure of what to say or who to say it to? Consistency. You're marketing sporadically and managing tasks in reactive mode. Capacity. You're doing it all yourself and there's no room for growth. Confidence. You know what to do, but you second guess yourself on everything. So reframe for objectivity. Okay. When we're overwhelmed, everything feels like a problem. But if you can pinpoint the real roadblocks, you can use self-assessment questions. You can finally take the right next step. And that's only if you really pay attention and start cataloging what's going on. And I encourage you to use the self-assessment questionnaires like a mirror. Is your message consistent? Are your tools supporting or stressing you out? Are you spending your time where it matters most or not? Because if you're doing like little tiny tasks that are eating up your time, you're not spending your time in an appropriate way, in the most optimized way. And now we get to what's on your mind. Okay. All right. I want to shift gears here and let's talk about what space are you in? Where are you? This is the part where, we talk about what's holding you back and what's tripping you up. So we've covered a lot on marketing and operations and overwhelming feelings. And I know you might be feeling certain things like, okay, how does this apply to me? Or this all sounds great, but I'm still stuck on X, Y, and Z. So let's talk about it. Let's get it out. This is your chance to share what's been weighing you down in your business. What's keeping you up at night? Where do you feel that you're spinning your wheels? And what feels unclear, too big, or confusing? And no, there's no such thing as a silly question because if you have it, then somebody else has it too. So before we wrap up, I want to share something that I've created, especially for those of you who feel like, yeah, this is great, but I still need help. This isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But if you're still exploring ideas and not quite ready to take action, that's fine. But if you're at that, I know what's wrong, I just need help fixing it, then this may be a step for you. Now, these sessions that I'm offering, they're focused, they're practical, they're collaborative. If you grab the three pack, you can choose marketing one time as marketing strategy, operations and business systems another time, or both. But they're here. I'm just want to present these to you as an opportunity for if you're ready for that next step and just know that you need the help to help clarify or put together systems that free you up, either or both. So I just wanted to present that to you as an opportunity to help. And if you need a 15-minute chat to just discuss what these sessions can offer, I'm happy to provide that as well. So with that said, I appreciate you spending time with me today, and I hope you're leaving with more clarity and confidence and direction in your business. And if you'd like to have a 15-minute chat, you can scan the QR code there for setting up a 15-minute chat. And but I also wanted to let you know that I'm offering you a free copy of what I call the Clarity Catalyst Worksheet, just to help you reflect and take the next step in your growth. You can go over marketing as well as the business systems, the questionnaires to figure out where you are and where your gaps are. So that's free. You can scan it and download it. And with that said, I thank Paula Okone for allowing me to guest host for her this week on Chatting with the Experts. And I'm pretty sure she'll be back next week with, I'm sure, a wonderful guest for all of you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you very much for, for attending. Bye bye.